Hi everybody, it's Bleadon-Maffei with Illuminating Souls. And I wanted to start off this video just by saying thank you to everybody who sent me kind words and messages about the energy update I posted last week. There's something very comforting in knowing that we're not alone in these experiences. I'll share with you something sort of funny for me. This started happening for me about 2 years ago, where I would feel these waves of energy. I would think they're all about me and they only are happening to me. And then a little voice, usually my angels, will say, you may want to check in with other people about that. And usually then I'll go and post to Facebook and say exactly what I'm feeling. And within 5 minutes, I would have 15 people saying that they're feeling the same thing. And I think that's one of the reasons that I feel energy this way. In some ways, I think I'm getting used as an energetic barometer. And so if you wind up feeling energy and it doesn't feel like yours, if you were happy 1 minute and not happy the next minute, you may want to just check in and see if this energy is yours. We always can choose out of this energy, but first we need to recognize that there's energy to choose out of. What I find happens with some of these waves of energy that are either coming to the planet or being released from the planet is that they filter through us sometimes. It doesn't mean that you don't have good boundaries. It doesn't mean that you're energetically unhealthy. I think we're all influenced by the environment around us. And in order to be able to navigate through that, we change our focus. So I just want to share with you a little bit about what the angels have explained to me, how my guides explain this to me. What they say, and I know this is true for me, is that we all have our top 5 or 10 themes of things that get triggered in our lives. It could be about your job. It could be about money. It could be about your parents. It could be about God. It could be about abandonment. Whatever it is, we all have themes that we've been working with throughout this lifetime. So I'm sure that even as I'm going through this list, you have your own list. I know I have mine. And so what happens is this energy comes in and it almost attaches to our triggering points like barnacles. So let's say you have something that's going on in your life. Perhaps it's around money. And maybe your trigger is somewhere around a 2 or 3, which usually is easily navigated. You know, you pull out your spiritual toolbox, you do your healing, your affirmations, and the energy dissipates. But when these waves of energy are being generated that are more global and universal, it will attach to our trigger points like a barnacle or a magnifier. And all of a sudden, that trigger point that was at a 2 or 3 is now at a 7 or 8. And it's not a gradual ramp up. It's like you went into Starbucks and you're at a 2, and you leave Starbucks and you're now at an 8. So when you're seeing things that shift that rapidly, it's a really good symptom that it's not you. The way it's been explained to me is that the earth is going through some pretty big clearing. And so there are waves of sadness, waves of grief that are being released from Mother Earth that she had been holding on to. And sometimes we move through that energy. Sometimes it moves through us. So you can always opt out of this. But first, again, as I said earlier, you have to recognize that it's happening. I will just share a funny anecdote with you that on Sunday, this last Sunday, I started feeling incredibly sad. I was fine. I had had a great weekend. It was amazing. And somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock on Sunday, I just started feeling so much sadness. And I just thought I could curl up in bed and cry for a couple hours, but it was nothing about what was going on in my life. I'd had an amazing weekend. And I actually went and I recorded a video about this. And I think maybe 3 of you in the world got to see it. So I made this video about how vulnerable I was feeling, and I posted it. And then I was feeling so vulnerable that I took it down. So you may find that you're going through the start and stop energy, that you're feeling great 1 minute, and then it's sort of, you feel vulnerable, tender, anxious, whatever that is the next. I don't mean to make it sound like we're kind of all going through these energetic gymnastics. I just more am trying to bring your awareness. My intention is to bring your awareness to what's been going on. So when you're feeling this energy, if you all of a sudden feel a huge shift in your energy, if you feel almost like you're starting to inhabit a wave of energy, that may not belong to you. The first thing is you may want to check in with other people that are light workers and see if they're feeling the same thing. You're always welcome to come and post on our Facebook page or check in with me and see if there's something going on. I find that I tend to be in rhythm with a lot of these things. In terms of clearing it, the best guidance I can give you is what the angels have told me, which is to go to divine source. So in meditation, quite often we pull energy into us. So we might imagine divine source filling us up, and that's always a good way to go. Another way to work with this too, though, is to imagine, sort of go into meditation and close your eyes, and then imagine sending a beautiful column of light up through your crown chakra, up to divine source, up to the angelic realms. And then just begin bringing that divine source energy into your crown chakra and let it fill you up. And then send that divine energy to every thought in your mind, every emotion in your heart, and every cell in your body. And if you run this energy through you for about 5 minutes, chances are you'll feel better. So we're all sharing this journey together. You're doing great. I hope you're starting to feel some of this shift. I feel much more balanced this week. It all sort of seems to start lifting for me yesterday. So I'm really hopeful about this week. I know that we have a new moon coming up. There's some other things going. There's a little bit of that sputtering, that stop and start energy. But all in all, it feels like today's energy is great for manifesting. So if you have a dream in your heart, go and take an intentional action step towards that dream today. Sort of wrap it up in light, wrap it up in beauty, and send it out into the world to do goodwill. So I love you. I think you're amazing and awesome, and I'm so glad to be sharing this journey with you. We'll talk again soon. Again, I'm Laurel with Illuminating Souls, wishing you a beautiful day. I love you. Namaste. Thank you.